Today is the 31st May 2026. I'm doing another practice of how it feels to talk about a topic. I feel very unmotivated today, so I'm not really in the mood for doing this practice. And I guess my topic for today will also just be unmotivation or motivation. Not sure. Let's see where this goes. What is motivation? Motivation is the drive that makes us do something. Which is very abstractly said, because pretty much any emotion motivates us in a way. But the feeling of motivation, I assume there's not as much a feeling of motivation and more a feeling of unmotivation in that sense. Like, I'm not sure. I mean, there is the feeling of motivation is more wanting something done, being eager for something to be done, being very behind it. I'm not so sure if that emotion is not just very mixed into other emotions, like more of enjoyment of something and anticipation. I would assume these emotions are very much more semantics than anything else. Unmotivation. I think lately, and not necessarily lately, but in the last months, I'm feeling unmotivated a decent amount of times. It also very much comes with mostly paired with a game dev. I'm a very passionate programmer for, at this point, I mean, basically since I'm 15, so it's quite some, like, for more than half of my life, I'm a programmer and I really enjoy programming. And when I got sick, I focused a lot more on game development. So, like, at least for over 10 years, 12 years, 14 years, 15 years, I'm doing game development just as a fun, calming entertainment thing that very focuses me and lets me forget every issues around me. And now, since a few months, I really issue doing much with game development. I'm very much in front of trying to avoid the issue that I had in the last years of not really wanting to do art, which really hinders my game projects. I'm also, from the programming side, very much a programmer who comes from systems and mechanics. I'm always thinking about games from the enjoyment of making certain systems and mechanics. While I do want to get more to actually making games, like a fuller game experience, not just working on systems and tools and mechanics and stuff and engines. That's more where I come from. But I'm also a little bit sick of it because I'm losing the motivation because it's not going anywhere. I've worked so much on especially on voxel stuff and voxel engines and voxel editors for like years and years, and I'm not really getting anywhere with it. I mean, sure, I'm getting a lot better and experience with voxel engine. I do enjoy just writing these systems and working on them, but these years and these times, I think I just need a little bit more of a goal and a finish line that I can see and that I can even work towards, and having some goals and something to strive for and aim for that even gives the systems a little bit more substance and requirements and need for them, and not just working aimlessly and blindlessly on systems. I struggle to be motivated with that and find the importance in that anymore. So I need more goals, and for that I need to work on more, on a full game, and especially the art requirements, on like what skill sets for art to work on, and what art style I should learn, and what I should get into. I love 3D a lot more when it comes to game design and gameplay. having the ability to work with the camera and to use better lighting systems, and not having to repeat assets for animations from different directions is what really drives me to 3D. But for 3D is also a lot more difficult. I really do not want to have to learn multiple skill sets in art. Like, I do not want to make textures and 3D models. Like, for me, it has to be one or the other. Which for a long time I was driven more towards voxels, because in voxels you just have the same skill set for everything in voxels from like the tool sets. Which is currently why I'm very hesitant between 2D and 3D at this point. Like, very, very hesitant of using one or the other. And maybe I have to go back to voxels and just make them in 3D and just practice voxel art at that point and just forget anything else. But I'm also not really sure. I'm really not sure about these things. And I'm feeling very motivated and unmotivated and very, very, very stuck. And I think, especially today, that's a big part of why I feel unmotivated. And it bleeds a little bit into these practices, at least today. And I'm just in a mood where I don't want to even do this practice. I don't want to do anything. Just want to chill. I'm also not that fit today. Like, my cardio workout today, I couldn't really finish it because it's just not really helpful if I have to do it in such a slow pace to not overdo the exhaustion on it. So I also just skipped that today. So today seems to be a very lazy and unmotivated day, and probably that's just a sign for me to chill and relax and just to have a Sunday and not do much. I will still do this practice because a big part of this practice is to overcome hesitation, work on them. And for me, overcoming hesitation, which I hadn't really had much hesitation in it, but I set very clear rules on why I can skip and like pass such a practice before it. I set them up before, so only a day before, when I'm planning these, I'm very free on delaying them, putting them behind, saying I will not do one tomorrow, but on the same day when I actually said, or just by default said, I will do a practice today, on the same day I do not want to skip them if there's not a reason that I have planned before, that I've set up. And today I don't have a reason, so I will do a practice, even if it's kind of nonsense. I'm talking about motivation and unmotivation. And now I'm talking about my game dev and programming history, which is fine, very fine. None of these things have to go anywhere. Yeah, everything is just fine. Some days are a little bit more difficult than others. I wish I were a little bit more motivated currently. I wish I didn't had issues doing the things that I want to do. But yeah, it's just not the case. So I have to deal with it somehow. And right now I feel like I don't have any much more to say, and time's not yet over. The alarm hasn't ringed yet. So what else to talk about? This is the 26th practice, end of May. So tomorrow we start in June. Since it's the practice yesterday, I added the titles. I'm starting to adding titles on these videos for some reason, to just show a little bit more on them to the outside world. And I will stick to that, even if a lot of these videos probably don't make much sense, like this one. It's just not very useful for anyone to watch. Just a little practice of me feeling comfortable just making videos, just talking about stuff, not having issues. If I have to pause, then I pause. I'm not sure when I will get to working about how I talk in these videos. That's currently not the goal of this. It's not even the goal right now. What I really talk about it. Time is over. Alright, I will not prolong this. Let's just stop it here. I'm done. Practice done. Achieved for the day. Haven't hesitated. Still have done it. Overall, I feel good with how these practices are going. And I think a part that's currently important for these practices beyond just stepping up is also just getting used to just doing them. Just making them a default thing where I don't think about should I skip or not on a day like today. I'm not in the mood for it, but I do it anyway. And it's not that, and it's not feeling bad. I didn't feel bad doing this talk right now, making this video currently. It's more so actually the opposite. I feel a little bit more engaged. I feel a little bit more productive. I feel a little bit more like this has, even if it's not meaningful beyond me, it's a good practice of just doing these practices, of just getting used to making videos, even if I don't talk about a lot. And even in this video, I shared a little bit of my personal history, of my current daily struggles. I need to be more at ease, more comfortable, have it just more natural and just a default thing for me to feel like I can just talk about it without any issues, without any worries, without any fears, because that will allow me to be better in talking about it and in how I can talk about it and in what I can talk about. So I even did a little bit more. Let's end it here. Have a nice day.